Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Right now, as you're watching this, your home network is probably one uninvited device away from a major security problem. Think about the last time you had friends over. Someone asks for the Wi-Fi password. You give it to them. Their phone, tablet, maybe even their laptop connects directly to the same network that has your personal computer, your smart home devices, your wireless security cameras, and if you have one, your network attached storage device with all your family photos and personal documents. You've just connected a device you have zero control over and zero visibility directly into the heart of your digital life. That device could accidentally be carrying malware, or it could be snooping on the network, looking for vulnerabilities. This isn't paranoia. This is basic digital hygiene. The good news: the fix is incredibly simple. It's completely free, and it takes less time than brewing a cup of coffee. I'm going to show you why creating a guest Wi-Fi network is the most important 5 minutes you'll spend on your home security, and I'll walk you through the exact steps to get it done on almost any router right now. First, let's understand what a guest network actually does, because it's a lot smarter than most people realize. When you set up a standard Wi-Fi network, all the devices that connect to it can generally see and communicate with each other. This is called a local area network. Your printer can talk to your computer, your phone can cast a video to your TV. A guest network creates a separate, walled-off network that runs parallel to your main one. It uses a technology called a client isolation or AP isolation rule. What this means in practice is that when your friend connects their phone to your guest Wi-Fi, they get full access to the internet, but they are completely blocked from seeing or accessing any of the devices on your main, private network. Their device is in the guest house, and your devices are in the main house, with a solid firewall between them. They can browse Instagram and check their email, but they cannot accidentally access your smart light bulbs. They cannot see the files on your desktop computer, and they absolutely cannot interact with your security system. This isolation is the entire point. It's not about being rude to your guests. It's about being smart with your security. Now, let's get into the practical steps. The process is very similar across most router brands, but I'll cover the most common ones. The universal first step is to access your router's settings panel. This sounds technical, but it's usually very straightforward. You need to find your router's IP address. On a Windows PC, you can open the command prompt and type ipconfig. Look for the default gateway address. It will usually be something like 192.168, 1.1 or 192.168, 0.1. On a Mac, go to System Settings, Network, and click Details next to your Wi-Fi connection. The router IP is listed there. Type this number into your web browser's address bar, and it will take you to your router's login page. If you never changed the login, the username and password are often admin and password, or you might find them on a sticker on the router itself. If you changed them and forgot, you may need to reset the router, so it's worth trying the defaults first. Once you're logged in, you're looking for the wireless or Wi-Fi settings section. The terminology changes a bit by brand, but the function is the same. For popular brands like Netgear and TP-Link, you'll often find a dedicated Guest Network tab right in the main wireless settings. For ASUS routers, it's typically under Advanced Settings and then Wireless. And if you're using a common ISP-provided router like one from Xfinity, you can usually access these settings through the Xfinity app or their web portal at customer, xfinity.com. The key here is not to be intimidated by the interface. You're not changing anything advanced. You're just flipping a switch and giving a new network a name. Here is the critical part, the pro tips for setting this up correctly. When you enable the guest network, you'll be asked to create a name, which is the SSID. I recommend something simple like your name guest, so it's clear what it is. Next, you will set a password. Make this a strong, unique password. It doesn't have to be as complex as your main network password, but it shouldn't be password 1 to 3 double quotes now. For the most important settings you must check. First, look for Enable SSID Broadcast or Enable Guest Network and make sure it is turned on. Second, and this is the security linchpin, look for an option called Client Isolation, AP Isolation, or Allow Guests to Access My Local Network. You want this isolation feature to be enabled or checked. This is what builds the wall. On some routers, the guest network is isolated by default, but you should always verify. Another great feature to look for is a scheduling option. Some routers let you set the guest network to automatically turn off after a few hours or at a certain time. This is perfect for parties you provide access, and the network cleans itself up afterward, so you don't have to remember to disable it. Let's talk about the immediate benefits you'll get from this simple change. The most obvious one is security. You've now created a digital quarantine zone for all devices you don't personally manage and trust. Your baby monitor, your smart thermostat, your computer with your tax documents, they are all now invisible and inaccessible from the guest network. The second major benefit is for your smart home devices themselves. A common recommendation for higher security is to put all your Internet of Things devices, your smart plugs, your voice assistants, your smart TV on their own dedicated network, often the guest network. This way, even if one of those less secure devices gets compromised, the attacker is still trapped on the guest network and cannot pivot to your more sensitive devices like laptops and phones. It's a strategy called network segmentation, and you've just implemented the first and most important step. Finally, it's just more convenient. You can give out the password freely without a second thought. Visitors can connect easily, and you have peace of mind. It's a win-win for hospitality and security. In conclusion, securing your home network with a guest Wi-Fi is no longer an advanced feature. It's a basic necessity. In the 5 minutes it took you to watch this video, you could have completely transformed your network's security posture. You've learned how to access your router, find the guest network settings, and enable the critical client isolation feature that does all the heavy lifting. This single free action protects you from accidental malware, intentional snooping, and the inherent vulnerabilities of the dozens of smart devices we all now own. Don't put this off. Pause this video right now, open a new tab, and take those 5 minutes to lock down your network. It is one of the easiest and most effective things you can do for your digital privacy and safety. Once you've done it, you can relax knowing your digital home is secure.